Hello, I'm Fongyee Walker. I'm a master of wine who does wine education in China, and I feel immensely privileged to be able to come here today and taste through all these wines that they occupy such an important place, I think, in the history of wine development in the world. I've been very lucky, especially in the recent years, to do quite a lot of vertical tastings of Cabernet Sauvignon from other countries like Chile and Australia. And it's been absolutely fascinating to be able to compare those vertical tastings to this one. Because for me, there were two things that really stood out to me. First of all, it was the immensely unified story of style and harmony with the place of production. That to me was outstanding because I have done verticals of other wines from, single vineyards, but they were struggling to find an expression. What I loved about these wines is that throughout all of them, the expression was harmonious and you could sense that place. And that ties me to my second point. What I really loved here is that these wines to me did not speak of Cabernet in particular. They didn't speak of a varietal. They spoke of the way that the wines interact with the place. They interact with the nature. I found myself writing more about the sense of place you got here rather than the grape varieties. I sort of looked at the grape varieties and looked at perhaps the grape varieties had something to do with the years I chose. But in the end, I was just like, no, the wines for me that were outstanding were the wines that really reflected the forest and the slopes and the valleys and the way that this place comes together. And I thought that was really outstanding for me. And for me, I think many people have already said the years that they liked, and I sort of agree with most of them. I'm going to say similar years, I think, but the 82 for me, absolutely gorgeous. And the 86, actually, I love the vibrancy of it. Going into the more modern vintages, 2001, I thought was just deliciously upfront and just had so much more of life ahead of it. And going into the very modern 2020, I think the wines I'm picking out all have this florality and this lifted harmoniousness, and end out with the 2012. It's kind of in that middle stage, but gosh, to me, all of these are upfront, touch of savoriness, but that beautiful florality coming through and that sense of place.